You are tuned into Life Transitions with Coach Robin. During Spotlight segment, we are chatting about an amazing project named Queendom Diaries, pages from the Diaries of Queens. Coach AB, the visionary and author, along with one of 20 women co-authors named Donna, has dialed in to share about this amazing project. A Spotlight segment is sponsored by Woman to Woman Impartation 2018 Empowerment Side Piece No More Chronicles, coming to a city near you. It's a one-day empowerment workshop with tools, resources, encouragement, and motivated solutions. Next stop, Atlanta Chronicles, Reclaiming Your Self-Assurance, June 30th. Find more information and register at Eventbrite and via all social media outlets, or dial 980-349-6140. Let's get back to our conversation. Let's get back to our chatting with Coach AB, the visionary, and Donna in regards to this amazing project. Guys, don't touch that dial. Don't touch that dial. I believe this is a project that is going to be worth investing in. So let's get back to our conversation.
Get to me good nuggets out. Go buy the book when it come out. But what I do want them to know is just the wealth of and the caliber of the person and the people that are writing it. So what, Don, I want you to talk to me a little bit about your heart and how it feels to have this opportunity to really pour out in a way that is using your fingers and using your expression, that expression which is art in itself. I want you to talk to the family. How does it feel that God has given you this opportunity to pour out to them?
I am extremely overjoyed because this is another opportunity to be able to reach young girls and ladies that I may never see with my own eyes.
Yes.
This is another opportunity to glorify the Lord for allowing me to live through certain events and be able to smile while I'm telling it.
Wow.
So there were some things that were really rough to actually relive, to include. I'm over 50, and for 50-some years, I carried a level of guilt because I could not help my sister.
Wow.
And it took up until, I believe it was just last year, that we actually had a heart-to-heart about it. And she wasn't upset, but she understood the position that I was in. But we both got healed from that. We hadn't spoken for 15 years.
Wow.
And the Lord restored the communication. Everyone has transitioned from our immediate family, so it's just the two of us.
Wow.
And it was really heartbreaking that I was having sister love from folks that weren't not blood. And, I was being convicted because I'm the one with the collar. But just because you're a minister doesn't mean that you have to continually be mistreated. Because the last time I checked, Jesus wasn't no pump. So you just turn the other cheek, and you're supposed to do that 7 times 70. And I guess through 15 years, I met my quota. So I felt a level of need to be able to get back with her, to have communication. And so She's in this book. She does not know it. She's in there third party. And
wow.
Her victory is in there as well.
Awesome. And you alluded to Jesus wasn't a punk, but also Jesus, we know, is not an author of confusion, and he wants us to be whole and wants us to bring healing. So he allowed you to walk the process out so you can now go back. What I'm just hearing in my spirit is like the balm of Gilead. The balm, he has the balm that can heal. And what the old saying is, hurt people hurt people. So really at the place that you were until you were able to walk some things out, you probably weren't in the position to really, handle that aspect of that part with your sister at that point. But I love what the transparency that you are, because I want them to know just what they are going to get, what they're going to be able to dive into, and what they're going to experience. You already alluded to really one of the questions I wanted to ask. How were you affected by writing the letters? And it sounds like it was helping you through your healing process as well. Am I right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And I had a very interesting interaction in the airport coming back from the show taping. I was pressed. I was stressed, and I was trying to push a chapter out, a letter out, and it wouldn't come. Wow. And I saw an older woman sitting across from me, and when she looked at me and smiled, her eyes were just so deep. And I just went up to her, and I introduced myself, explained to her that I was writing letters for this book collaboration, and if she could write a letter to her younger self, what would she say? And she talked for 5 minutes. She gave me the whole rundown of molestation and abandonment and hurt and having to be a caretaker of the one that hurt her, and how the Lord had restored her, and that he speaks to her when she lays on the beach. And she was just so happy that I asked her. And then I gave her a hug, and she started crying and went and got on her plane.
Wow.
She's from Chicago.
That's awesome. That is
powerful. So what would you say to the listening family as just in regards to your 5 letters? Because of course you don't know all the letters yourself. Just in knowing what God did in you, through you, and for you while you were writing the letters, while God used your hand, like he used your hand to write, what would you say to the listening family that if you could just do this like the woman that gave you 5 minutes of her time, if you can sum up in, I would say, 5 words, what would you say to them in saying to encourage them to buy and to sow into themselves? Because really at the end of the day, this is something that they can sow into themselves and then sow into other women. What would you say to them in saying to get this book?
Well, I have been blessed to be afforded wonderful opportunities of life. When I was younger, my mother made sure that I was exposed to the arts. And from that, I became a music lover and was in the band back in the day like everybody else, and I thought I was Chaka Khan like everybody else. Had my feather earrings and them jeans I couldn't breathe in, all of that. And so when you start to look back and you see from loving life with no bills to being an adult and being a parent and having bills look like they're overtaking you and struggling as a single parent and fighting on your job and want to think about suicide and will anybody really love you, and the mean things that people said to you when you were younger that stay on your mind when you get older, and then you find out that if you do eat potato chips, yeah, you might put some weight on, but there's a man somewhere that's going to love all of them hips. So don't believe the lie, because the statement was, ain't no man ever going to want you because you're going to be fat.
Wow.
So if they,
that's why they want me.
whatever, there's something for everyone to identify with. And I'm only speaking from like my 5 letters. I don't know what the other letters are saying,
exactly,
as you mentioned, but there's a little bit of something that's going to spark a warm memory, or something that's going to put a smile on your face because you remember that time. So
wow.
So if no more than a wonderful moment or a wonderful memory or something to look forward to, if you have not experienced that yet, I would say, you have many opportunities to get an idea, get a suggestion, maybe a career path.
Wow. Wow. Well, Coach AB, before we close out, is there anything you wanted to share with the listening family that you have not shared as the visionary that you would tell, I would say even for you, what would you say to the listening family about, because you've been being able to peek in at the letters.
Yeah.
What would you say to the listening family that getting these books and investing in themselves, what would you tell them that would get them to want to invest in themselves by really getting the book for themselves?
Well, I can say this. This book helped each author establish a legacy. And one of my goals is to give this book to my granddaughter. And her daughter. And she give it to her daughter. So we are establishing a legacy of letters that we can pass on to generation so that it can help change our generation first. And if you were that woman and you have some regrets in life, but you also that woman that need that inner child healed, and you need that uplift to let God, through these letters, I was like this, God is letting you know everything works out at the end. And just because you're in it right now doesn't mean it's how it's going to end. Because like I stated first, my mess was my message. I didn't know at age of 5 years old that I was going to be doing this here. I didn't know at 15 years old that 20 and 25 years later, God was going to use me to empower women to walk in their purpose by the mess that I went through. And sometimes we get so stuck.
Wow, what a powerful, powerful conversation. And guys, we're not done. We're not done. And again, we thank Coach AB, the visionary, and Donna for giving us some insight on this powerful, powerful project. And we'll finish our conversation. We'll finish the conversation very, very soon. Family, you can find me on Twitter at Coach Robin J, Instagram at Live with Coach Robin, Facebook Live Radio, Life Transitions with Coach Robin. Email me, guys, at coachrobinj@gmail.com. Again, I thank you guys for listening to Life Transitions with Coach Robin right here on 57WLLE.net, Raleigh's and Carolina Soul Music and Information Station. And don't forget, guys, join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. The office doors are always open. I want to leave you guys with Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. God bless you.